The evolution of Immanuel Quickley has been one of my favorite stories to follow over the last couple seasons, and this season he's proving his worth more than ever. It's crazy to even think back to that famous image of his draft day evaluation from CBS Sports, one of Jason's favorite outlets. They gave him an overall grade of D+ and said things along the lines of he's not strong, he lacks explosiveness, shies away from contact, not a natural playmaker, lacks confidence. And lest we forget, after he was drafted, he even had to sit behind a combination of Alec Burks, Derrick Rose, and yes, even Elfrid Payton, who currently is in the G League. And as tough as it may have seemed at the time, IQ took those development years like an absolute champ, and his patience has certainly paid off literally and figuratively. He's an overwhelming favorite to win the Sixth Man of the Year. And with that, I say hello to the man who cannot guard me. That's what the streets know you as these days, at least. Jason Cole, what's up, brother?
That's me. Nobody can guard Hank Hargattaz, so don't believe the hype, y'all. It's not just me.
But
what's good?
Onward we go, because I absolutely am in love with watching Quickley play this year. His energy, his style, his ability to create space off the bounce. But I said it before, and I think there's a big reason that a lot of young players in today's game can learn from Immanuel Quickley. And why do I say that? Those development years where everyone and their mother knew that Quickley was a better player than Alec Burks, Derrick Rose, and yes, Elfrid Payton, he still sat behind all of those guys, and I wouldn't do it any differently today for a multitude of reasons, many of them being the stuff that doesn't actually have to do with a basketball player and more so being a professional athlete. And I know you have a lot of thoughts on this, so I'll ask you this question. Am I crazy to say that those development years that IQ had under those guys are why he's succeeding today right now?
Definitely not crazy, because he is who he is today because of that. You understand? Like, you got to fail in order to succeed. And he didn't necessarily fail. He was on the stage, right? Everybody plays to get to the league, the NBA, which is the highest level of basketball. So he's there. But when he first got to the league, he's a young kid, right? You got to balance life, family, work, right? The outside stuff, the media, your fans. Come on. When you're 18, 19 years old, you can't juggle at the same way and make sure you put 8 hours a day into your craft, because that's the one thing that's keeping you paid, right? And that's what you're going after to get better every day. So I think those guys in front of him shaped him to be who he is today, and you can just see it. My man flirted with maybe like 7, 8 30-point games this year. There's a lot of guys who have not scored 30 points 7, 8 times. I don't know if it's 7 or 8, but I know he had multiple 30-point games, even touched a 40 ball. So, come on. And he's consistently shooting the ball well. Whether he make 1, 3, or 5, right? Or a few mid-range jumpers, he is consistently making shots.
Yeah.
Right? And there are players on the team that don't consistently make shots, right?
For sure.
We're not going to talk about your boy.
No, we will talk about my boy shortly, actually. But the reason I say so many kids, I don't want to say kids, but so many younger athletes could learn from Quickley today, and fans as well, is because patience in the NBA is often ridiculed, and there's much more of an urgency to not allow patience, and like, oh, the coach got to go, the players got to go, like this 22-year-old kid, like he ain't it. But in other sports, like in the NFL, we now praise systems that allow their rookie quarterback to sit for a year. Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be the player he is today without sitting for a year. Why is that so frowned upon in the NBA? Because you and I both agree, Immanuel Quickley wouldn't be the player today had it not been for the 3 years he didn't start but was the best.
Alec Burks is cold too. You know that. Alec Burks is good.
Yeah, real good. Yeah, just
Colorado, he's nice. Stop playing.
You could tell me he was more experienced, bigger, stronger than Quickley, but he was never
all of those things.
Yeah, but he was never a more talented basketball player than Quickley, which brings me to the next point I want to bring up, because that's the development side to the evolution of Quickley. But the other thing now, and I find this very fascinating. We have Quickley's stats up on the screen as we speak, thanks to our good friends over at StreamYard, who do such a great job allowing us to have this beautiful program be broadcasted so nicely.
Shout out StreamYard.
But Immanuel Quickley's stats are very interesting to me because despite being the overwhelming favorite to win the Sixth Man of the Year over Malcolm Brogdon, Quickley has fewer points per game, fewer assists per game, fewer rebounds per game, shoots a lower clip from three, and shoots 6 percentage points less from the free throw line. Yet, Immanuel Quickley is the overwhelming favorite to win the Sixth Man of the Year. So, to me, this says what I've been saying for the longest time, and that's that these stats don't tell the full story about NBA players. Because what these stats don't show is Quickley's ability to create space in situations where other players cannot create space. I'm talking specific things that this man does at a level that other guys aren't really doing, including Malcolm Brogdon, including RJ Barrett. Immanuel Quickley's ability to read defenses and make quick moves to get to a spot on the floor is wise beyond his years. And that is why Malcolm Brogdon has better stats in just about every category than him, but he's an overwhelming dog to win the Sixth Man of the Year because Quickley is that much better regardless of what the stats say. Now, the question I'm going on here, but the question I have for you, has one Immanuel Quickley surpassed RJ Barrett in value to the New York Knicks?
I would say so.
You would say so?
Yeah, but just based on the level of trust that they have in him. You know, I'm not saying they lost trust in RJ Barrett, but obviously you can see he's not producing the same as we once thought he would. And his numbers definitely don't outshine Immanuel Quickley. And I really got to say one thing, though. Maybe his numbers might be better, just like we spoke about. But you're not handling that pressure. You're not coming off that ball screen, getting it to the open shooters. You're not replacing Jalen Brunson when he's not playing. That's the biggest part. Immanuel Quickley steps into that role even on any night for whatever it is. Whatever he's asked to do, that's what's being done. Defensively, offensively, he's just that guy right now. And I mean, you can't, numbers don't lie, people do. So he's knocking down that open jumper as well. Don't forget about that. And I haven't seen RJ really space the floor out and just consistently knock shots down. We get some shots here and there, but we need that consistent.
Really well said. I couldn't agree more. And again, we've said it once, we'll say it again. Jason and I are not RJ haters. We are RJ
Facts.
truthers. That's all.
I bang with RJ Barrett. He nice.
He's a good kid. But let us know your thoughts on the evolution of Immanuel Quickley and how you've seen him progress.
Be a friend of a
years.
friend.